Good morning, friends. A big g'day from your Aussie Covid Chaplain. Trust you're enjoying this week and that God is blessing you as this week continues, as we celebrate life. And I trust that you've been thinking about that, appreciating, maybe thanking God for the life that He's given you. You've still got life, so use it. Use it for God's purposes. Use it to steer yourself in the right directions. And today I want to talk to you about sharing life. We might call this Sharing Life Day because I want you to realize that having life is one thing, but life was never meant to be in an isolation lockdown. Now, we've talked in recent weeks about the fact we have a lockdown imposed upon us by governments and authorities that tell us what we can and can't do, where we can and can't go, what our curfew might be, and how many people can gather and how close they can be, and wearing a face mask and all of those things. But the other kind of lockdown is self-imposed, locked down with our fears, locked down with unforgiveness, with pride, different things that lock us down. And life wasn't meant to be locked down. Life was meant to be shared. And it's meant to be shared with all of those that are alive around us. Obviously, it's all the people around us. But it makes me think of a documentary I saw many years ago about a couple who, for whatever reason, decided to live in a kind of a self-contained container in Antarctica. And they were just in the frozen wastes for the whole of the Antarctic winter. They couldn't go outside this capsule that they were living in. The husband and wife, just the two of them. There was no one else around, and they were making some kind of homemade documentary about this weird experience. But the funny scene I thought was hilarious was that when the spring had begun to open up and life got a little bit more comfortable there, some penguins turned up. And the woman ran outside and she was talking to them as if they were long lost cousins. "Oh, it's so lovely to see you. Oh, you're so beautiful." And she was celebrating life that she could share with something else that was alive. She could share the experience of life with other living things. I know people that really enjoy their pets. They love their cat or their dog or their budgerigar, and they talk to them and they find they can share life. Not quite the same as sharing it with other people who can be really significant in our lives, but nonetheless, life was meant to be shared. Now, I'm sorry to bring that up if you're in one of those situations where you really are isolated. You're almost in solitary confinement by the rules and regulations imposed on you. And I'm sorry for that. I don't want to depress you by talking about sharing life, but I want to encourage you in all your circumstances that you've been given this thing called life, and so have other people around you. So don't become some kind of curmudgeon that sits in your own little misery and not sharing life with people. Go out of your way, reach them, touch base with them. Even if you're in pain and difficulty, you can go to someone else and try and make their life happier. I think of a lovely lady who's gone to be with Jesus called Sadie Lumsden, who I knew years ago. And she had polio since she was a child. She was crippled all of her life. And yet there she was when she would go to a hospital. She would go and serve other people, offer people a cup of tea. She would go and cheer them up. She was so full of life and she so shared life with other people that she was blessing people everywhere she went. Such a darling and such a woman of faith as well. And I'm just so encouraged by the examples of people who can share life with others. Oh, it's so easy to just get yourself in your own little tin can and lock yourself away in your workshop or in your kitchen or in your lounge room or in your favorite chair and shut other people out. Life was meant to be shared. This is Sharing Life Day today. I want you to get out and share yourself with other people. Now, that's part of what we talked about in the last couple of weeks about connecting with people, saying hi to people. It's sharing life with them, reaching out, giving them a smile, saying something positive and encouraging, getting on the phone and re-establishing connections, because life was meant to be shared. Today, you need to get out and share your life. If you are locked in your own lockdown, your own attitudes and opinions and selfishness and hurts and depression or whatever, get out, get over it, get out of it. Go and touch base with the rest of the world. Share life, because that's the greatest joy in life, is to be able to share it with other people, to encourage and to help and to be a blessing. It's a heck of a lot of fun to finish a day knowing you've blessed other people. even though they were strangers. You just walked past, you helped them, you assisted, you said hello, you had a nice chat, you kept on going, you'll never see them again. But that's fulfilling and rewarding because it's part of what we're made for. You've been given life. So today I challenge you in Jesus' name to go and share life with others today. That's your calling, that's your challenge, that's your mandate for this day. So as you do it, may God bless you.